Hi all, welcome to Maximo Travel's walking tour. This time we are doing beaches, Turks and Caicos. We have been fortunate enough to actually stay here for the last 10 days and it has been beautiful. This is actually one of my favourite resorts and I would recommend it to most people, whether you're a sandals goer or not. This is still fabulous. I'm a scuba diver and I particularly love the diving here. It's really, really beautiful, very unusual. And the clearest waters I've ever been in. So at Beaches, Turks and Caicos, you actually right now have the option of staying at 4 villages. So right now we're going to start the tour at the Caribbean village. That happens to be where we have stayed this time. I've previously stayed at the French and that was lovely too. So you've got Caribbean, French, Italian, Key West, and you soon will have the new one, which is opening in March 26th. So please do get your bookings in with us if you are eager to stay at the new one, and that is Treasure Island. What's also a big plus about any beaches, so Beaches Negril and also Beaches Turks and Caicos, is that they have water parks. That is counted as a separate village, however you can't stay there. But if you are interested in any of the villages, we have stayed in 2. We have spent a lot of time in all of them. So please do reach out and we are more than happy to find the right village that fits you. But let's get started on this tour. I'm going to try and walk this as fast as possible, but it's very big, as you will see by the length of the video, but it's so worth it. You never get bored. There is so much to see here. So when you arrive, if you're coming into the Caribbean or the French, you will come down, or the Italian as well, you will come down this main entrance and come into the Caribbean and you'll drive down the driveway here. So if we carry on, this is a really vibrant area. Normally it's currently 6:30 in the morning, so it's not very vibrant right now, but every Friday they do a parade for the Sesame Street characters. You can also have the option of having breakfast with the Sesame Street characters in the French restaurant. I'd have to double check which day that's on, but here you have like your food carts. You also get the local markets, stalls and shops come, so you don't even have to go into Providenciales itself if the shops will come to you, and it is lovely. It's so much fun for the kids. We actually had our baby, she was asleep at first, but with all the drums and the Caribbean music she did wake up very soon, and she was so happy to see them. It was great fun. I'm so glad she did wake up for it. So you can see the love heart shaped in, and all of the gardens are so well kept here as well, and a golf buggy is always handy, especially on this size resort. So these are the main Caribbean buildings that you can stay at. You also have a resort shop. You have a resort shop in most of them, so that's always really, really handy if you do forget any essentials. I will say a little bit pricey, so try not to forget, but we're all human. So if you do need the option of suntan cream or something, you can run to the resort shop and get this. So this is the main lobby that we're going into now. So over to the right you have Reflections, which is a buffet restaurant. I have my breakfast in there most mornings before I go off scuba diving. They also do a buffet for lunch as well. To the right you have Turtles Bar, which is an adult only bar, and it is nice to be able to have an adult evening if you want to put your kids into the camp, or they're slightly older and they want to stay in the room. You can have an adult drink, and they do things like quizzes and casino nights and things like that. So moving outside. So this is the Iguanas pool. You see an awful lot of volleyball taking place here. It's great fun, nice and cool. This pool's not actually heated, so if you are finding the other pools a bit too warm, this one is a great one to cool off in. There's also a bar, the Iguanas pool bar over there, which is great. As always, like Sandals, if you've been to Sandals, any drink possible. They even do non-alcoholic strawberry daiquiris and pina coladas for the kids. So over to the left here, you can see there are more of the hotel rooms. Some of these are butler, some of them are club level, some of them are entry level as well. There are various lawn games throughout, so it looks like this one's potentially shuffleboard. I haven't played it yet. And then just in the far distance you can see the new one being built, and I'll give them their credit, they haven't made much noise. It's been really lovely. I'll actually keep walking this way. So this is our favourite pool. This is the one we've actually spent majority of the time at, and it's actually got waterfalls turned off right now because it is 6:30 in the morning. You'll notice that there's lots of sunbeds available, and depending on what time you come, generally there are always sunbeds, but there are so many pools here to pick from. I'd have to count them as I go. Well, let's count them together. This is pool number 1. You've got iguanas, pool number 2. If you do select a butler room, you also get a cabana, and they set up the cabana for you all beautifully. In this one as well, you can see this bit here, there's a little cave and the water trickles all down and over it. It's great fun for like pool hide and seek. This pool's lovely. This is a deeper pool, just as a warning. So make sure that your kids have got floats, or you are with your kids. I can just about touch the bottom. It's 4 foot deep, and it comes up to my chin, and I'm 5 foot something. So yeah, but it's great. I do like this pool. It's a good one. I think this is actually our cabana set up. Oh no, it's not. Ours hasn't been set up yet. So there is another pool here, and you can also see Arizona's. Arizona's has been great for lunch. We love a bit of Arizona's in the morning for breakfast, for lunch even. Okay, and again, the bar has got so many options available. And then the true thing about Turks and Caicos is this beautiful beach, and it is stunning, absolutely stunning. And we actually got married on this beach 2 years ago, further up at Key West. I'll show you in the video. And there's these little rings that you can actually swim out to and relax in the sea. Okay, so moving on. And right now it's a red flag, but they always do a red flag at night. You can go in, but there's no lifeguard or security. There is always security on duty, but there's no lifeguard to double check that you're okay. So here's Arizona's. This is kind of like Mexican food. It's very much a buffet. It's not buffet because it is fresh, but it's help yourself kind of type thing. And you have all of these tables here. And then outside they do burgers and steak and chicken that you can go and ask them to serve up for you. Hot dogs as well. So within the Caribbean village, you actually have these seaside rooms. This is one of the rooms that we've stayed in this time, and it's a 2-bedroom butler room, and it is beautiful out here, and it's been lovely and spacious. I will also be uploading some photos that I've taken of our room just to kind of let you in. It's been great with the baby because they do microwaves, they've got little mini kitchens, so it's made sterilising bottles and things like that much easier. And you have all of these cabanas that you can sit on, watch sunsets. You could even have a private dinner. You would have to pay extra for it, but you can have a private dinner watching the sunset, any meal that you would like, and listening to those waves, and they are beautiful. Morning. And this is, so we've kind of looped back around to the iguanas pool, and we actually have Bella Napoli, the pizzas, which we quite like to get and sit on our sun lounges and have those for lunch. Wide range of pizzas to select from. Up there on that decking as well, you also have an adult's jacuzzi, so you could go and have a little bit of quiet time, you and your partner, without the kids, or if you've not come with kids, there are still options for adults, and there are a couple of adult-only pools. So please do feel free to book with us, even if you've got kids. I wasn't very pro it, but where this resort is very big, you don't really notice the children so much. So coming up here on the right is Schooners. So Schooners has a wide range, particularly fish, but they do also do chicken, plant-based options, as well as meat options. So even if you're not a fish lover, you can still get something good at Schooners. And this one is lovely to sit and watch the sunset in. Again, you can have any drink that you would like with your dinner. They do breakfast as well. Breakfast is great here. This is an a la carte breakfast rather than a buffet breakfast. We particularly love it for the hash browns. So, sorry, I was just talking to the head of food and beverage. He's just moved over here and he's great. I actually went on a dive with him, and that's what I love about the staff. They really do get involved. They want to check that you are having the best time. So yeah, I was just talking to him. Back to the tour. So this, from when we came 2 years ago, is actually a new feature. So you actually have dive, it's a bar, so you can drink there, and the jerk truck. You also have this really cool seating area and these booths over here, as well as sun lounges. So jerk truck is always popular. Everybody loves the jerk truck. So again, you have more of the Caribbeans. Over there in the distance, you can see there's chess, lawn game to play. Also over the back of this white building here, behind the chess, is actually the Sesame Street Kids Club. And just like it noted, this is actually free and completely included in your stay, which is unusual. So you don't have to pay anything extra. I've quite often dropped the baby off for the evening and she's so happy, she loves it. She actually cried one night when I picked her up because she was having so much fun. So it's definitely worthwhile utilising that option if you wanted to have a romantic night, just the two of you, if you have got kids. So this is where I spend an awful lot of time. It's at the dive shop. Again, a key inclusion for qualified divers. You actually get 2 free dives a day, which most resorts don't actually have that option. I've priced up various different places. With the amount that I dive, it would cost me $2,000 to $3,000 extra dollars just to do the amount of diving, and this is actually included. So please utilise that. If you're not qualified, they are more than happy to get you qualified. It's about $250, maybe $300 to do an open water qualification, and you can actually do all of your PADI qualifications here. The dive boats as well, another plus for here. They have 3 dive boats, so you can see they've got Ecstasy, Fantasy and Seascape. There's also 2 snorkel boats, and there's a catamaran for like party, like sunset cruises or even day cruises. They do a kids one as well, so you can also opt to go on to that. Catamaran does, I believe, come at an additional cost, but double check. I don't think it's overly expensive, but yeah, the scuba and the snorkeling are all included in your stay, and you get the boat right here off the jetty, so no buses or anything like that. Okay, so this is where we move into the Italian village. So the Italian village is great fun. They have a DJ on all day. The pool is massive. It is so beautiful, and they have different sections in the pool, like jacuzzis, and also kids pool. All of it's a kids pool, but they do have a section for kids specifically where it's slightly warmer for them. Up here on the right as well, you have barefoot, so you can actually sit on the sand, on benches, with your feet in the sand, hence the name barefoot, and you can enjoy your lunch. They also do breakfast here as well, but no dinner. So this is the Italian pool, and it has swim up bar. Most of them do. And you can see in the architecture it's very Mediterranean Italian style, and that's what I quite like about this, is they do explore all the different styles. Again, you have lower rooms here, but you also have the higher rooms, so it just depends on what you prefer. Each one has a different cooling. You have the cabanas, these lounge areas as well to kind of sit and enjoy a drink. And yeah, the bar with any drink you could possibly imagine, and they will make it for you. These are quite cool, where you can actually rest your drink in the pool, so you can stay cool whilst having a drink. And you can see one of the guys is actually cleaning the pool. They're very thorough with this, which is great, especially with kids as well, because they do have accidents. So they are very thorough every morning, around about between 5 and 7. They're always cleaning the pool. So this is what I was talking about. It's got like different sections. So this area is very much kind of bar. Then you have this more shallow area. You do sometimes see people, if it's really hot, with their sun lounges in there cooling off. Then you also have another area over there, which is more shallow. And then you also have the jacuzzi up there. And there are plenty of sunbeds to pick from. So don't worry too much. And look, right now, there are no reservations. Nobody's taking them up at this moment in time. So yeah, do not stress about that too much. It's always a big worry of people. Am I going to get sun lounger? As you can see, there's so many pools to pick from. So even if there weren't any here, you could hop along to one of the other villages and get a sun lounger there. So over there as well, if you can just see it behind that pillar, you can also have braiding done with the bright coloured hair. Right now, that's kids are loving that. So you can have that done too. So I'm gonna. This main building here is Mario's, and you also have the Cricketers, which is the pub. So the pub is open long hours, so there's always something to eat there. And then yeah, you have Mario's, which is Italian. This week they've actually been refurbished into the Italian Mario's. So I'm quite excited to come back and see what that looks like next time. And we do love the food in there as well. It's really good. Then we have another bar here. This one is open late, so it's open during the day as well, but it's quite useful that if you're ever at the resort shop or Mario's, there is a bar there in the evenings. And people do really honestly use these sofas as well. So this is actually where you would drive up and check in at the Italian. Like I say, there's a resort shop there. You also have loyalty and travel. So if you are members, you haven't made it to Returner's Lunch, you can get your rum and your gifts from there, or you can book, or just come straight to us. We'll get you a really good deal. This is a new one as well that we've had. So Jojo, Java, and then you also have Yo-Yo on the other side. I'll show you that as we walk around, which is the yogurt. That has been a favourite this trip. There's Colombian Emerald, so the jewelers. That's always really nice. Then you also have another pizzeria, Dino's. So this one's always quite popular at night, more at night I'd say than Bella Napoli, because you can sit here and have a nice meal. So going down the other side. So this is the wedding lounge. Last time we spent quite a bit of time here because we were getting married, and it's not always nice and cool in there. And then this is the yo-yo shop, the yogurt shop. There's also Build-A-Bear workshop here, and sweets sold. So if you wanted to get a memento, you can get a cuddly toy built for your child. Okay. So the way that I kind of walked this, we are now approaching the water park. So there, right here is the lazy river. We've also found, because the water moves in this one, if it gets really hot and the pools are quite warm, come to the lazy river. It's really cool in there. So about 3 o'clock, we're normally in the lazy river. There's so many slides to pick from, so much family fun, adult fun as well to have. And there's a surf machine for the kids to use and work on their skills. And there is in the middle smaller kids slides and like water interaction and buckets that fill up and tip out, and then there are bigger slides in the background as well. And again, there's loads of sunbeds here. Quite often people pop here rather than stay here. Well, that's what we do. Some people do choose to stay here all day, and it is lovely. So there over to the right is the mac and cheese truck, which is open for lunch. That's, I'd definitely say, one of my top 10. There's so many restaurants to pick from here, and they're all great, but that one is great for lunch. So this is the French Village, and over in that corner, well, actually just behind the mac and cheese truck, you're going to see there's the amphitheatre, which they have a kids show at night. They have a Sesame Street show. They also have, we had Ice and Fire, or Water and Fire show the other night. that was really good. They did a reggae night last night. So much variety to pick from on that. We also did silent disco. Took the baby along. It was great. It didn't wake her up because it was silent. So this is the French Village, and it's keeping very much in French style. All the buildings are, they've got the Juliet balconies, and then you have the pool. I'd say this is a quieter pool, perhaps, but it's quite shallow, the pool, so I've seen kids here. It's just, yeah, sometimes more chilled out, whereas Italian's more kind of party and music. And again, you have a bar, you can swim up to the bar as well. I always like that feature because you haven't got to get out if you're really hot. And again, you have this really nice lounging area and plenty of sun lounges to pick from. There aren't actually any butler rooms in the French Village, but you can get club level and luxury level as well. So yeah, and again, there's a jacuzzi, there's different sections, a bit like the Italian pool, so it caters for older and younger. So on the corner here, going back on the corner here, you actually have their music bar. So that's a late night open bar. And you also have the French restaurant. The French restaurant's actually been my favourite. We're here right now in September, and it is lobster season. So we've actually had the option of having lobsters on the side of whatever main course. You can have just lobster with, like, I think it's normally with mashed potato and root vegetables. So yeah, that's definitely my favourite restaurant. You also have Café de Paris in the background, which is great for your coffees, pastries, cakes, so much. And then you have Giuseppe's, which is a buffet style, and you can have the pasta made up to how you would like it, with any sauce, any meats, any veg. They will make that for you freshly. So leaving the French Village, I'm actually heading this way just to show you the paddle or pickleball courts, also tennis. So this is actually on the main drive. You'll notice it as you come up, which is just here. I think there's like 8 courts. I think 2 tennis, 6 paddleball and pickleball. So it's just here. You don't need to worry about bringing rackets or balls. They've got them all, so that you can pack lighter on that. That's just over there, and as you can see, Caribbean Village is just up there, and the French check-in is just up there. Okay, I'm gonna swap back to get back on track to Key West. So to get back to Key West, I am going to have to cross over straight ahead. This pirate ship is actually Bobby D's, so it's very American diner-esque. They've got burgers, chicken burgers, ice creams, drinks on tap. Over here to the left is also Soy, the sushi place, and then just up there is Kimonos, the hibachi, and behind these palm trees here you actually have the spa. Walk the plank across to Bobby D's, and we'll cross back over the Italian to get to Key West. Down here you also have like ping pong. There's also a gaming area, fully air-conned, so that's great for the kids. So there's a gaming area in case they are missing games. In all honesty, you're probably not even going to have time. This is the Shadow Lounge, so this is tweens and teens nightclub. Also, I missed this one off, so you've got pictures. So there, you could have a family photo shoot whilst you're over here, and get your pictures developed, and create a family album of this holiday. It is an amazing holiday. I wish I could stay for longer. So as we come up here, this is the crossover point. So like I said earlier, this is the pub. Quite like it there. They also have snooker tables, so if you're partial to snooker, and that is included in the price as well. And we have actually even seen somebody, the wife didn't want to play snooker. This was at Royal Barbados, so he called his butler, and the butler came and played snooker with him while she sat and had a drink, which I thought was quite a cool idea. So as you can see, this is the change into Key West. So Key West is very kind of the Florida Key West in styles. These rooms are slightly different to the normal hotels rooms. So these are more almost like apartments. You actually get washers and dryers in these, as well as kitchens. There's also an extra tennis court there. And there is also a spa on this side as well. So yeah, these are probably better. They do have like one bed ones, but if you were coming as a big party, this is a great one, because it's like the biggest one's got 4 bedrooms, 4 very big bedrooms, plus they also have all the pull-out sofas and things like that. You can wash any clothes before you even go home. And yeah, this is Key West. I really like this one. It's always quite quiet around here. It's quite peaceful. These are the slightly smaller ones, whereas these big ones over here are more like 2, 3, maybe 4 bedrooms. 4-bedroom ones actually have a private pool, come with a butler as well. So if you ever are interested in a butler, I was never really interested in it, but they are really cool. So we actually happen to have one this time, and they will make all of your reservations. They'll escort you to breakfast, lunch and dinner. So you don't have to queue up because they've already pre-booked everything. They stock your fridges, which your fridges do get stocked anyway, but they will notice what your favourites are, and they will make sure that that's always stocked. You get a cabana. They're normally filled with, in your cabana you also get like a massive cool box, and they fill that with all your favourite drinks. Yeah, so with Key West, it never feels like you're all on top of each other. Most of them have like gardens as well, garden areas that you can sit in. And over in Key West, they actually have the baby, so you can, from newborn, and I did see a newborn in there, you can have newborn babies in childcare for the day. They don't do night over at Key West, you have to take them over to Caribbean. Then this is the famous Sky Bar. You also have Bayside, which is a buffet restaurant downstairs, and then you have Sky Bar upstairs. You can have breakfast or dinner at Sky Bar. So dinner for Sky Bar is adults only, so 16s plus, and the view is phenomenal from up there. I've got some pictures and I will be posting it. To the left of Sky Bar you also have Neptune's, which is very fish based. We ate there last night. My husband did actually have a rack of lamb, no, a lamb shank, sorry. And yeah, he really enjoyed it, which I was quite surprised about. And again, the views from, you'll see once I walk to the left from here, are absolutely stunning. And there's always boards about what's going on, and you do also, as part of the turn down service, get information of what is going to be on the next day, which is quite useful, and it tells you which day it is, because quite often on holiday I forget which day it is. So over here at Key West you have this pool. You also have an adults only pool to the right, a lot more quiet, so if you didn't want to be at a pool with kids you can be. And we're just coming up to what I think is one of the best things about this resort, it is the beach. And plus also you have, it seems better at Key West than most of the others because it is, look at these properties, very front based, and these are the 4-bedroom ones, and you get private pools. And yeah, I'm gonna walk down here. And back in 2023, Grace Bay, this beach, was actually voted one of the world's best beaches or most beautiful beaches. I'm not sure where it ranks right now, but it is absolutely stunning. And that sand is like talcum powder. The water is so clear. And it's very calm today, which is lovely. Yeah. So I'm going to head back to the Caribbean village. And wishing you all a really lovely time. If you are interested, please do give us an email, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Please click subscribe. And if you are interested in a holiday, please do reach out. We are very knowledgeable, particularly about this resort. We specialise in the Caribbean. So yeah, it would be great to have you on board with us. Sending you so much love. Bye.